July 12th of the year 1997, Malala Yousafzai was born in Mingora, Pakistan. She attended the school that her father had founded, but the Taliban started attacking girls' schools in Swat. Malala was only 14 years old when she defied the Taliban in Pakistan to fight
Heard
for
of
the
her
girls'
because I
rights
think
to
I
have
saw her book
education.
in a
She
bookstore
gave a
called
speech
I
in
Am
September
Malala.
2008 entitled, "How Dare the Taliban Take Away My Basic Rights to Education?" Then,
Goes to
she
show how
started a
social
blog
media
under the
really,
name
really
Go
helps.
Makai, attacking the Taliban and speaking up for her rights and the right of other girls to education. But she was later revealed December of that year. Because of her growing platform and her activism, in the year 2011 she was nominated for the International Children's Peace Prize and was awarded Pakistan's National Youth Peace Prize. Tragically, on October 9th, 2012, Malala was attacked by the Taliban while she was on her way riding the school bus home. They figured out who she was, and the gunman fired a bullet on the left side of her head. She was left in critical conditions, but somehow managed to survive. Even after what she had been through, she continues her education and is still an avid activist about women's education in Pakistan.
I really think that she is a very brave woman in spite of what happened.
Mm, well, si Malala naman kasi, sobrang heroic ng ginawa niya. Like, 14 years old, ako, I was just playing games. Pero at her age, I was so brave of her. You know? Like, making the Gul Makai to fight to the Talibans for their rights, for education. It's a brave thing. It's an eye opener for me to do things like that, to be more proactive against the things that inhibit us humans. Maybe. Amen.
Yes, actually, back then in middle school, I heard about her, and I think we made like a report about this CNN Hero of the Year. I think she was CNN Hero of the Year, and we also heard that she was shot because of her activism. Well, as a young woman, honestly, I am afraid of like speaking up, going against the law, and seeing someone like Malala Yousafzai inspires me to like um, conquer my fears and to stand up and speak up for what I truly believe because everyone should have equal rights.
After watching the video, I admire Malala's courage and wisdom to fight for what she believes in, despite the hindrances and the terrorism of the Taliban. I can see how strong she is in trying to fight for the education of the victims who are affected by the attacks. One day, I dream and I aspire to be like her and to follow her example and to be able to do something great for my country as well.
Man, Malala, girl, that's my girl. Like, I think it's really important that she's only 14 and she's made such a big change already. I'm freaking turning 20 soon, and what's my biggest accomplishment is graduating high school. But like, I love how she's all about women power because like where they are, it's about a patriarchal place. So it's men, 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 men. She's just evening out the playing field.
Well, I really think that it's good how she raised the women's rights.
The video was really inspiring. It's motivating because she will do everything just to help others, no matter what problem, no matter who comes and destroy all her goals. That's what I need, and that's what we need in our life. For me, she's everything. She's someone to look up to, and Maybe she's the real meaning of a model. That's what a real model is.
I think it was really brave of her to fight for what she believes in, and especially these days, female empowerment is a more relevant.
Keep going, keep going. Ralph, keep going.
I think it was really courageous of her to fight for what she believes in, especially now that it's 2017. Female empowerment is more relevant, especially these days, because back then many girls were really discouraged to study, even now in underdeveloped countries. And I commend her because it takes guts to fight for your basic right, which is education. And in my opinion, education is a basic right for both genders, both male and female. And they should both have access to quality education. So someday, when they graduate from their courses, both of them will be able to get good jobs, equally good jobs. I think that she was really young for what she's doing. I mean, age is just a number, pero for her age, she's done so much in comparison to what other people have done. Na yung around her age, and she's accomplished so much now. And even though she was already attacked, I think it's really brave that she still continued. I mean, after an attack like that, who would want to pa? I mean, I wouldn't want to do that. And she's really great for what she did for the children, for the women of the country.
As a youth living in the Philippines who is equally threatened with terrorism, what is your insight on the role of the youth in mitigating or aggravating the effects of these threats?
Well, as a youth living in the Philippines, I believe that us youth is truly the future of this country, and I believe that at a very young age, youth should be educated with the proper moral standards, not only with like the basic courses such as math, English, science. They should be educated with the proper character, morals, ethics, so that they could prevent terrorism in our country.
Hmm. Well, as a youth, what we could do is instead of burning bridges, we could all build them up so we could see a brighter future for us. Because right now, we can't actually do anything about what's happening right now. What we could do is we could fix our future. Together we could stand and fight.
Well, as you can see, we're in a world where it's just we're like in this little bubble of it's just us. We forget about the rest of the Philippines that is going through terrorism. And as I see it, social media is our biggest way of letting the world know what's going on. But there's only so much we can do as youth. But the thing is, all the best thing that we can do is just be educated and be open minded to what other people think because they see their point of view as right, but we also see our point of view as right. And it's all about compromise to make the world go into peace again. And honestly, I think that's what we need because there's just so much violence in the world and it's gotta stop.
The role of the youth in mitigating terrorism in our country is by educating themselves, especially on learning the history of terrorism in our country and government rule. Also, I believe that diplomacy and peaceful means are still the best way to resolve issues like these. And you don't necessarily have to go.
Social media is a big part of our lives today. It is our way of getting information out into the world. And I think that we need to use social media for good. We focus too much on ourselves when there's a bigger world out there. And as a Catholic, one of the biggest things I can do is to pray for places that are experiencing terrorism?
Violence right away in resolving these conflicts.
As a Filipino youth, I can lessen the pain of the threats that terrorists has given us by staying strong, showing the people love, making them realize that our love was stronger than the threats of the terrorists. The- God is always here to protect us, and we must show that we are here for each other. We take care for each other. We are stronger together. Don't let the threats kill our joys. We Filipinos are the happiest human beings in the world.
As next in line in taking care of our country, the youth has both the responsibility and the right to voice out their opinions on matters such as terrorism currently taking place in the Philippines. It is our job to voice out our opinions because collectively the youth have a great mind, and when we work together we can always come up with ideas to solve problems even though they may seem impossible at first. But on the other hand, it is also our responsibility because whatever we do and whatever things we say will take a toll on our country, not only to ourselves. It was okay if tayo lang yung ma-affect, but it takes a toll on everyone. So we should take responsibility for what we do in social media sites, especially Twitter, Facebook. Everything we post reflects not only on us, but on our country.